How do you protect yourself from cyber attacks on your phone and your laptop? Hi, my name is Kafui Day. Welcome to the Kafui Day Show. All around the world in October, people focus their attention on issues of cybersecurity, and Ghana is no exception. I've been joined by a cybersecurity expert who will give us tips on how to protect ourselves from cyber attacks. His name is Emmanuel Gadasu. Emmanuel, good to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And welcome to the Kafui Day Show.
Thank you so much.
So when you say cybersecurity, what exactly are you talking about?
All right. When we say cybersecurity, we mean all the techniques put in place to secure networks, data, computer devices.
Okay, so networks, data, and computer devices.
Yes.
Why is it important? I mean, probably a silly question, but hey, what's the importance of cybersecurity?
Well, Kafui, you agree with me that day in and day out, these are the tools that we use for our various works. We use the computer, we use the phone, and so many other electronic gadgets for your daily works. So there's a form of protection that is needed to make them secure so that no other person gets unauthorized access to them. So that is what cybersecurity is all about.
Give me a sense of how serious the problem of breaching cybersecurity systems is.
Well, let's assume you have a computer in your office you use, and one day you just turn on the computer and, hey, somebody tells you that, well, you'd have to pay some amount of money before your computer that you use for your work, you can access it. That is one form of attack we call ransomware. So the whole of your network that you are using or whatever you use for your work can be hijacked by somebody that you have no idea about. So that's how serious it is, to the extent that you have to pay huge sums of money before maybe access to this device may be restored to you, or forever. Even after paying the ransom, you may never get access to it.
So they basically take your money and run?
Yes, and run. Yes, and you also would not get access to your device or the systems that you are using.
It sounds like it's quite a serious problem, and I would imagine it's a worldwide thing.
It's a worldwide thing, yes. So somebody from anywhere at all, without being in the country, without being on your network from elsewhere, can still perpetrate some kind of crime through networks. Yes.
So this brings me to issues of protection. How does the ordinary person protect himself or herself from such attacks?
I think the first point is awareness, knowing that these things exist and the form in which they come. So, for example, you need to protect, for example, your device, let's say your phone, from these forms of attacks. One of the areas is, people always send links to us. So you are there, you say, hey, Kafui, I have won this A, B, and C. Can you also click on that and do that? That is a typical example of how these things are. So to protect yourself, you need to be aware that, yes, these things exist. And also to know from whom you can click links whenever they send some of these things to you. So it's not everybody. You may know the person, you may not know the person, but you have to be very sure that, hey, this kind of information sent to me, it is something that is worth it and it is secure. I can access it.
So from what you're saying, I would say the first tip would be don't just accept any link. Be sure of who the link is coming from before you click on it.
Exactly. Or even when you know the person, you can still confirm, what is this link about? Because people just forward it without even knowing what the link is or it is all about, because they receive it on one other platform. They say, hey, Kafui is my friend, let me also forward it to him. So you need to be sure. Have you checked? If the person cannot confirm, he doesn't know, then it's better you also don't click on any links like that.
Thank you for that tip. Can you give me other ways that I can get myself protected from cyber security breaches?
Yes. Online, through chats, various platforms. Okay. One, basically, let's say just around you, don't leave your device unattended. For example, your phone is open, no lock on it, no password, nothing. Anybody can just access it. Never do that. First of all, there should be some form of protection to all your devices, be it laptop or phone, any other device at all. You must protect it by putting a lock or a security, any form of security on it.
So this is like a password?
A password, yes.
Now, I hear that having one password across various websites and various devices is not a very smart idea.
Yes, it is not.
Can you confirm that?
Yes, in the sense that if you are using the same password, when it is breached or inadvertently somebody have access to it, it means any other place you have used that password, that person can use it.
Emmanuel, for me, remembering 10 different passwords is too much. And I don't think I'm the only one. What tip can you give me
Yes.
to counter that?
Okay, to counter that, we have what we call password managers, in the sense that they will create passwords that are not human-friendly for you, and you can always call on these things to generate the passwords for you. So that's one. Then we also have one called, you use passphrases. Passphrases. So it's like a sentence that is in your memory, and based on the sentence, you are able to recollect the password out of it.
So I need to remember, if I have 10 different devices, 10 different sentences that I would...
Well, it is possible. Yeah, it is not easy, but it is possible. Then also, what may also help you is what we call the two-factor authentication.
Break it down for me.
Okay, so with two-factor authentication, I send the initial password I enter, then the system generates another code to me via other means. So, for example, through SMS, I log into my email with the first password. Then the system, Gmail or Yahoo Mail or whichever, will send me a code on my device. So once I put back those words, those codes that have been sent to me, it gives me double. So that means it is using two-factor authentication to ensure that I am the one.
Okay, so I'm learning a lot. So number one, be suspicious of any links that come through on your phone or your laptop. Number two, secure your devices as much as possible. Anything else you can help share to fortify our protection of our devices?
One of the other ways is don't ever use any cracked software.
What is a cracked software?
Yes, cracked. Okay, mostly all softwares except the free ones, absolutely free ones, you would have to pay. So, for example, your Microsoft Office, you would have to pay for that. But people can have a way of beating around it by cracking it. That means they are able to have a backdoor access to the software, in that you don't have to pay for the license. But the truth is that before somebody gets that to you, the person has planted something we call a backdoor. Mm-hmm. And through that, the person can have access to your system. So there's absolutely nothing free.
So what you're saying is that buying a cracked software can actually open you up to attacks.
Attacks, exactly. So what happens is that instead of maybe the normal price, let's say, for example, 500 CDs for a license for a year, somebody may come and say, oh, I can give it to you for 100 CDs. It is cracked. That means they forcibly or through unauthorized ways can have access to or can make sure you can use that software. Those are cracked software, and they are not good.
Okay, before we wrap it up, imagine that my systems have been compromised. What do I do next?
The first is to call an expert. And
somebody like you?
Yes, somebody like me, for sure. Yes. Then they will analyze and see what kind of attack it is. If it is really a real attack, then there are ways by which your system will be secluded from the network. Let's say for your organization, there's a problem with you. We'll first of all have to take you out of the network.
Almost like a quarantine.
Yes, to quarantine you and let's say your device, so that others are not affected. That's the first step. Before now, the situation is really analyzed to see what the problems might be. And also, we should ensure that you always have very good and updated antiviruses on your system. They give a first line of protection to your devices.
Okay, so get the professionals involved. Make sure you use an antivirus.
Yeah.
Is there any final word you can give to somebody who is listening to you and wants to make sure that his systems or his network data is secure?
Oh, yes. The first point is awareness. And now everybody is open. Kafui, I am an expert, but I am as unsafe as you are.
Have you been hacked into before?
No.
All right. Okay.
But I'm not beyond to. I can't be hacked. If I make the least mistake, I can be hacked. So everybody should be aware that the internet offers us a platform to do whatever we want to do, both profitable, but we are also open to any form of attack at all. Anybody from anywhere can attack anybody from anywhere. So we are all not safe. But be aware that if you are so conscious that, yes, I can be hacked, then you take the necessary measures Don't click any links that you are not familiar with or you don't know anything about. Never do that.
Don't click the links. Make sure that your systems are locked. And the third one was don't patronize cracked software. Thank you very much, cybersecurity expert Emmanuel Gadasu, for teaching us about how to be more secure as far as cyber issues are concerned. And that brings us to the end of today's The Kafui Day Show. If you like it, well, like it, comment, and share. Until next time, take care.